What if the glory they cheered for belonged to a ghost? To the great city of Septimont, a city that dazzles with celebration as Lupa and Rover share a drink and celebrate their presence in the city. The celebrations conceal something far darker beneath its sands. The Shadow of Glory main quest in Renacita version 2.4 is quite an enigmatic series of events. We are thrown into a gladiator arena as Lupa's partner for this event as we search for Cartethyia, while also uncovering the secrets of the city. Shadows of Glory are exactly what are present here, as we are reminded of a character who is seemingly possessing Lupa, a gladiator who won the entire Agon but disappeared before claiming her crown, Mya.
I wanna win. I wanna win so bad.
Mya is an enigmatic shadow that presents herself in the story in a very mysterious way. She seems to be attached to Lupa, and this is made obvious by her first interaction with Cartethyia. Cartethyia unveils from the very start a presence of darkness in Septimont, and she's here to quell it, but will quelling this presence also destroy Lupa, or rather, Lupa's shadow, Mya, and why is Lupa attached to Mya despite them never actually meeting in person? A ghost of ambition, a shadow of glory, and it's back for one last fight. The Shadow of Glory presents itself as the first installment of the Septimont story. With its introduction, we are greeted pretty early to Lupa, a gladiator who is well known, respected, and even adored in Septimont. The Agon is an event held to see who celebrates the glory of Septimont. It's to encourage the warriors to fight together and savior each other as the high tide draws near, or at least that's what it is currently, after Augusta made some changes, but we'll return to that later. As Lupa and Rover form a conventional bond through the battles leading up to the climax of the Agon, many things stand out as being off in Septimont. Before we even step into the arena, before we even meet Lupa, Booling tells us that the city is spiritually broken, and somehow, we're the ones who are meant to shatter it. Quite the character. And not only that, but she knows Junshin, so I instantly trust her. The current city of Septimont is a sacred place. The gladiators and citizens respect the arena, and while there are some scummy actions surrounding this place, such as match fixing or misplaced bets, it's still a respectable location. Lupa's goal is to win the Agon for glory, and she is the most commendable gladiator of the bunch. She only made it this far thanks to the Silvas' influence though. But she turned her back on the very house that made her a star. But why? The Silvas bought Lupa, trained her, gave her her spear, yet their actions corrupted the Agon. They have many background dealings that ruined the sportsmanship of this event, and their downfall was caused by Lupa's intuition and their clumsy alliances, leading to Ino's judgment.
Guilty! The temple has spoken!
Banishment. Banishment besets the Silvas for their heinous acts, and Lupa has finally freed herself from their control. But something else haunts Lupa. The very shadow that we spoke of. A shadow that comes from the Thernodian. Throughout the story, Rover is reminded that this reality is different. Perhaps it's an illusion, or just another sororisphere that isn't real. Perhaps it's all a shadow. Either way, she has to follow through with the events as they play out. As we hitch ourselves up at a hotel for a wonderful night's sleep after our first competition, Rover fails to get Lupa to join her in this bed, but we'll try again later.
Sorry. Lend me your shoulder for a moment. I'm a bit tired. Go ahead.
Oh, we're cuddling in my room tonight for sure. Wait, that sounds a little off. It's just, cute, furry cuddles, nothing more. We are met with a figure wrapped in, well, literal bandages. She literally just has bandages wrapped over her. Anyway, Prologue, our eternal stalker who is here in good faith for once. She actually warns off of her companion, who is another overseer of the Fraxidus acting in Septimont, someone on the same caliber as Scar, and I think we all know who that is. It's me, Void, the overseer of the Enigma. So you gotta subscribe or I'll send the Fraxidus assassins after you when you sleep. So hit that like button, subscribe, let's get back to the video. Frolova warns us that ruin is in our wake within 3 days, and the cause of that ruin is none other than Lupa. Cartethyia and Rover are interwoven within the games that the unknown Overseer has created, and it's up to these two participants to win this game. The biggest hint that Frolova gives Rover, however, is that Rover is capable of ending this ruin. It's simple. Kill Lupa, the cause of it all. Killing Lupa will guarantee that the Dark Tide does not take over Septimont, and it's an option that even Rover thought of making. The anomalies in this area make it seem like it's not a part of reality, and if it's not a part of reality, then killing Lupa will stop the Dark Tide from taking over and free everyone from the influence of this impending doom. However, on the off chance that this is the reality, and the dark world that Cartethyia inhabits is a fake, then Lupa's death will remain true, and that's not something that Rover wants to risk. Nonetheless, she decides not to kill Lupa, and continue on with the spectacle, but Booling is back, and she gives us a few more hints into the past. As we peer into the past and follow the actions of the shadow, Mya, we see just how the previous Agon went. Mya was obsessed with winning, as she lusted for money. Despite her loving the arena and experiencing the joy of fighting, she knows.
I can't treat it like a hobby. And I want to be seen. To hear them cheer for me. Their laughter, their cheers. Oh, I want to win. I want to win so bad. And I need the money.
The original Agon was a bloodbath, and very much what you'd expect from a gladiator pit. Rather than cheering for victory, rather than cheering for fighting, the original Agon cheered for death. Death to the participants so that one warrior would stand above the rest. Mya is a byproduct of those traditions, and they linger on Lupa. But why? On the other side of this, Cartethyia, a knight of Raguna, decides to combat the Dark Tide. She is on the other side of Septimont, and she finds an injured Lupa, haunted by the fragments of Mya, and she guides her along the path of salvation. Her goal is to end the Dark Tide and stop its spread, but can she do that when the cause of the destruction is lurking right behind her? Mya may have won the previous Agon, but she never received the reward and never claimed her victory because she vanished. Where has her extinguished glory gone to? Despite this, however, Rover and Lupa push forward on their side. They succeeded on day one, having seen the banishment of the Silvas, and their corruption finally is put to an end. They share a drink and await the final round of the Agon. As the final rounds of the Agon commences, Lupa and Rover take the stage and begin their conquest. But as this conquest begins, the remnants of the Dark Tide consume the arena, and Rover finds herself face to face with thousands of tacit discord. And at the same time, on the other side of Septimont, Cartethyia finds the corrupted echo that she'd been searching for, the Lioness of Glory, Ersinosa. The Dark Tide's energy is emanating from this one, and Rover and Cartethyia must combine their might on two sides to put an end to this, and that's exactly what they do. With pure aura farming, Mya's shadow watches as the Dark Tide is vanquished, and simultaneously, Lupa and Rover achieve their victory in the Agon. As for Mya, we don't see her face, so we can only tell from the ominous shadow that she still lurks. After achieving the victory, Rover doesn't quite know how they won because she technically wasn't even there, but hey, we won. However, we didn't quite win on all sides. Even with the Dark Tide vanquished, the tale doesn't end in victory, or at least that's what the Overseer would have you believe.
You plotted this tragedy.
No, madam, I wouldn't take all the credit.
The mastermind has shown himself. Cristofo boasts his gloats as Fleur-de-Lis stands no chance to foil his plans, but she has one response to that.
Madam, surely you know you alone cannot undo my story.
Silent, hollow words. The dark tide engulfing the city of glory. All shall be swept away by the winds at the story's end!
The Shadows of Glory is a compelling start to the story of Septimont. There are many mysteries set up that we need to see play out. What is Christofo's role in all of this, and how will Frolova be brought back into the fold? While the beginning of the story is a tad bit boring, I did overall enjoy it. I can't wait to see what this setup will bring us. The shadows may be gone for now, but something still watches. In part 2, we'll find out if Mya ever truly left. We're just getting started with Septimont. I'm super late on making this video, but I got part 2 in the works right now. Like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Part 2 is going to hit even harder, and until next time, Enigma out.